Okay, so we're here in a hotel room, and this is the reality of working for Fieldcraft Survival. I get it. I'm the survival guy at the company, and I get to do the 72-hour Ziploc bag challenges, and I get to teach up in the Pacific Northwest in the ridiculously wet conditions, and I get to hang out in old factories, and we do a lot of weird stuff, but the reality is we're on the road a lot, and that means we have to carry gear outside of our pockets, greater capacity, and that's going to be inside of your backpack. So this backpack is really designed around travel, and I want you to understand that that's the focus of it. I carry this every single day, commuting back and forth to work at Fieldcraft on the East Coast, Fieldcraft, North Carolina. But I also carry this throughout the airport, and everything in here serves a purpose. And I'm gonna tell you not only what is in the bag, but why it's carried. Let's start with just what's on the front. Usually there is a hat and a carabiner. I'm not gonna tell you what the carabiner is for, but it's got a lot of purposes. Of course, it's just used for holding my hat on the outside of the bag. Good old hat. This one was free. That's why I wear it. It's also nice and light and cheap, and it fits my giant head. On this side of the bag, this is a tripod. We take a lot of videos and media for Fieldcraft, and if you've ever seen my stuff, it's probably filmed on this. So this just holds my phone, and that's my tripod. No survival purpose whatsoever with that item. Now, this does have a survival purpose, and this is my water filter. This is a Grail water filter. I've really taken a liking to the Grail system, and whether I'm traveling to the woods or if I'm using just hotel sink water, I'll put it through the Grail, and it tastes so much better than tap water. So I always have water treatment with me, and in this case it's a filter, and if I ever screwed up the filter, I can still boil in the titanium case that surrounds the bottle. Okay, so now outside of the pack, pretty self-explanatory. Marker for the range, pens for writing things down. And the top of the pack normally are my sunglasses, but they're on the bed over there. I have an SD card because I was just podcasting, and I've got earbuds because when you're on the plane, you want to listen to things and you don't want your neighbors to hear. And also, every once in a while, there's that screech banshee that just happens to be in the seat in front of you, and you want to drown out the sound of that screech banshee. So I always have these. So that's that. So now, working the rest of the pack, we'll go from the outside in. This pack is a Kifaru Antero. It's their first generation pack, and it's a medium belt pouch that fits on the outside of the PALS webbing. Okay. Phone charger, some snacks, Element drink mix, keto bars when I am in ketosis. All right, you always end up with extra hand wipes, and if you travel a lot, you're gonna wanna keep your hands nice and clean, especially when you're about to eat. Extra business cards. Oh, speaking of eating, don't eat these. These are not Tide Pods. This is for washing clothes in your sink. If you're traveling light, wearing one and washing one, right? Washing one during the day, wearing the other, and then putting the next one that was just washed on your body the next day. This is the way to wash clothes in your sink. They're just individual little Tide packets. Excellent option for travel on the road. There are a whole bunch of business cards in here. So we've got my business cards. This is a repair kit, and I'll just show you some of the items, and I'll take them out. Duct tape. I don't need to carry a giant roll of duct tape. All this is just duct tape on a business card. Find a business card that isn't yours, that you don't mind wrapping with duct tape, and you'll be able to carry plenty of duct tape on you, more than enough. Needle and thread for repairing other items that duct tape won't fix. This is a sharpening stone. You can get this through security, and I do travel with knives, and you should always have a sharpening stone on you and the ability to keep your knives nice and sharp. That's the mark of a professional. So carry a sharpening stone, a little bit of Kevlar cord, and then just a small single-use container of super glue. 1,000,001 uses for these. All right, so I'll move that little bag out of the way. There's my super glue. Is there anything else in here? Oh, you gotta have your victory cigar. One of the greatest, the Cuba Cuba. You gotta have fresh breath, right? You meet people on the road, you're at trade shows, you don't want to have all stanky breath, so have an assortment of ways of keeping your breath nice and clean. Hearing Pro. I always carry earbuds with me, and my sunglasses are ballistic rated, so I have ears and eyes pretty much everywhere I go. This cord right here helps me suspend the pack from a tree. That's all I carry it for. I don't like putting this on the ground in the woods. I'd rather have it up in a tree, and it's brightly colored so I can find my pack, because it does blend in. All right, little extra cordage. All right, that's it for that container. So now let's go to the inside of the pack. This zipper has my keys, which I'm not going to show you for security purposes, but this has my medical stuff in here. There is a soft T tourniquet, and this is a boo-boo pouch, bunch of bandages, bunch of ways of treating people that cut themselves around the campfire. This is a travel trauma kit, compressed bandage, hemostatic gauze, gloves. This is a solo T wrap, and you can travel with trauma shears on the plane. I've only been stopped one time, and I've had TSA say, "What are those?" And I'm like, "They are scissors." So carry scissors on you. There's a good cutting edge if you need one, and they're perfectly legal. Okay, so that's it. Now let's go to the inside. This is what's referred to as a panel loading backpack as opposed to a top loader. I like this ability because I can open it all the way up when I travel, and I can find things pretty easily. So let's start up here at the top. Up at the top, the spoon. Used all the time. You'll use it all the time, trust me. All right. This is just a short dog leash. It might come into play later on. It might. Spare fire starter. This is an Exotac fire sleeve, and this allows me to go straight to flame. Totally legal to travel with, and it's wrapped with bike inner tube that extends the flame. A headlamp. The headlamp is always carried at the top of the pack, top zipper up here, because I can grab this and now I can find the other contents inside my bag. This is just like a general purpose survival keychain, whistle, compass, and yet another flashlight. Rechargeable light, by the way. Okay, so now going here, these are toiletries. I could really show you some exciting stuff like deodorant, and I could show you like vitamins and, you know, toothpaste, but I think we all know what those are. So these are just toiletries that I carry in a small bag, and I everyday carry toiletries because you never know when you're traveling when you're going to have an unexpected delay. So toiletries always come with me. Okay, this is my keep it going pack, and it's for my electronics, it's for my phone. In addition to my phone charger, I carry a battery pack. This thing is amazing. It says number 1 because I actually have 2 of these. Let's keep moving here. Other things that I carry. In here, I've got a spare CR123 battery. I have spare lithium batteries for my headlamp. I have a spare 2032 battery for a pistol red dot or any other electronic sight that has a illuminated reticle. So I always carry batteries on me, and that's carried in a small Kafaru pull-out pouch. Let's throw that here. All right, getting to end of this. This is a notepad and pen, right? I also have spare cash on an ATM card that I just set up a small account, and I carry it in an RFID card reader. I don't have the PIN number attached to it anywhere, but if I needed extra cash on the road, I can get extra cash through that ATM card. Not going to show you the unfolded version of this, but you can probably see that. There we go. It's a copy of my passport. Not a bad idea to carry copies of your credentials, passport, driver's license, things like that. All right, almost done. This right here is a warmy pouch. When I travel, not a bad idea to have a spare set of socks, summer socks, a little bit taller socks, and even being able to change your socks. This is about as mall ninja as I'm gonna get. I think I bought these when I was like 20 years old. I thought they were super cool. Shorty pair of aviator gloves. I don't have delusions of being some aviator or some tactical guy, but I needed a pair of lightweight gloves that I could still take things off the fire with. So gloves are great for hand protection, and these are just old school gloves that make me look like a wannabe operator, and I'm just a dude. All right. Prometheus Design Works watch cap. I do like a good watch cap. If you are sleeping, being able to put on something warm on your head makes life so much better. So there is that. This is a rain jacket, or I should say a wind jacket from Beyond. And all it is just an extra layer. Okay, so if it's really windy, summertime, this gives me a little protection from the wind. This gives me that hood that allows me to protect my neck when I sleep. So I can throw this thing on before I go to sleep, and I've got a 95, 99% solution for dealing with the bugs. And also, it's very, very compact. It makes sense. You know, look how small this thing will pack down to. Why not carry it every single day? It's an extra layer. You may need it. All right. So now, last pouch. There's a padlock in here, which may or may not be used for locking things, or it may or may be used with that short leash that I was talking about. I'll let you guys figure out how. And then right in here, cash, right? Cash is king. So I've got singles. If I run out of singles for, you know, tipping people here and there, you've got about like 20 bucks in singles there. And then you've got some bigger bills, because you never know when electronics will be down and you won't be able to pay for things, but cash is always green and cash is king. All right. And finally, probably the most important pouch here. This one has a lot of electronic gear that I rely on in the worst case scenario. It's in a bright orange pouch, so I can still find it even in the dark. I have a Garmin InReach. This is my way of communicating with the outside world even when I don't have cell phone service. And I have two very good friends programmed as my emergency contact there. And that is what I would use, worst case scenario, to get in touch with them. I also have a GPS. So with this GPS that I use in my navigation courses, it's small enough I can carry it every single day. Doesn't weigh much, which, by the way, the whole pack weighs about 7 pounds. I weigh 210, 215 pounds. It's pretty easy for me to carry that all day. You guys are going to decide what your threshold for how much you want to carry is going to be. It's going to vary from person to person. Again, this is what I need for my job. You might need something else for yours. With this GPS and with this InReach, I can provide my position. I can provide my condition to my emergency contacts, and people can come and get me worst case scenario. But for the most part, my cell phone is my everyday carry when it comes to comms. And if you look at the items that I have here, I have the means to start fire. I have the means to create shelter, right? Sleeping in my clothes. I have the means to communicate for help. I have a lot of utility items. Everything that's here is carried for a reason. And what I do when I decide what goes in this pack, I say, what is the need that needs to be met? And what are the tools that I'm going to carry that will help me address that need and accomplish the task at hand? So this is the everyday carry pack. The last thing I'll say is I always leave room just in case I have to strip off a layer. There's always room to put something else in here. There are provisions on the bottom of the pack to strap additional gear on there if I have to. Hopefully you guys will pick up a few ideas that you can add to your pack that you'll carry every day as well. Guys, I am Kevin Estela of Fieldcraft Survival. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, like, subscribe, click on those notifications. Don't miss future content from us. And hopefully we'll see you around the campfire or on the road or in a hotel like this, hanging out in the lobby.